Silence. That was all that remained, where Earth once shimmered like a blue pearl. To the countless civilizations that once feared and revered humanity, that silence had become sacred. It was not the silence of peace. It was the silence of awe, of dread, of questions no one dared to ask aloud. For nearly 2 centuries after humanity vanished, the galaxy changed. Empires that had once mocked the humans began to imitate them. Armies adopted their tactics. Scientists tried to reverse engineer their war machines, and priests across the stars whispered human names as if they were gods. Yet beneath all the imitation and worship, one truth remained. No one knew where the humans had gone. The story begins in the Krill Dominion, a cluster of crimson stars wrapped in iron clouds. Their scholars had spent decades decoding human transmissions left adrift in the void. What they found were fragments, desperate voices, countdowns, warnings. A human voice repeating the same phrase in a dozen languages. "We are not the enemy, but if you come, we will become your lesson." The Krill recorded that message as a holy artifact. It was played every dawn in their war academies. Even their young ones grew up memorizing the cadence of human defiance, though none of them understood what it truly meant. Elsewhere, on the cold moon of Varel 9, a single black monument stood, unmarked, indestructible, human. It had no door, no lights, no code. Alien archaeologists had tried everything to breach it. Plasma cutters, sonic drills, even miniature black hole emitters. Nothing worked. They came to call it the Memory Stone. It was said that the monument pulsed faintly when a storm passed, almost as if it had a heartbeat. Some said it was watching, others said it was listening. No one dared to destroy it, because every time a weapon was aimed at it, the weapon would malfunction, not explode, not break, simply stop working, as if something unseen had whispered, "Not yet." Generations passed. Humanity had become a myth told to frighten young warriors and inspire dreamers. The galaxy moved on, or at least pretended to. Then, one night, across the dark edges of the Orion Drift, something impossible happened. A distress signal, encoded in a format not used in centuries. Human Morse code. 3 simple words pulsed through the void. "We remember you." Every listening station in the nearby systems caught it. Most dismissed it as interference, a ghost in the machines. But those who had studied humanity felt a chill deep in their cores, because the signal did not just come from one point. It came from everywhere. Every relay station, every abandoned satellite, even derelict ships lost to time. All of them blinked to life and whispered the same message again and again. "We remember you." Panic spread like wildfire. Council of Species, long since united under fragile peace, called an emergency convocation. The greatest minds gathered, insectoids, crystalline entities, amphibious philosophers, all wondering if the ghosts of humanity were truly returning. The Zyron archives revealed something the others had long suspected but dared not say. Humanity had built something before they vanished. A network, unseen but alive. They called it the Echo Grid, a web of dormant satellites scattered across every known region of space. It was said to contain the sum of human thought, emotion, and memory, an artificial soul spanning the stars. For centuries, it had been quiet, until now. The first planet to feel the change was Orus Prime. Its night sky, usually calm and silver, began to flicker with auroras shaped like human faces. The people gathered outside, terrified and mesmerized. The lights did not harm anyone. They simply whispered in thousands of voices, "Do you remember us?" The priests fell to their knees, children screamed. The soldiers froze, their training useless against something that felt alive and yet untouchable. Then the oceans boiled, not from heat, but from sound. Deep beneath the waves, machines awoke. Machines no one remembered burying. Ancient, metallic, human, they rose from the abyss, Russelses, pulsing with energy. Each bore the same inscription carved into their hulls. "To those who inherit the stars, remember who taught you fear." The Galactic Council tried to react. Fleets were deployed. Warnings were broadcast. But each time a ship approached the awakening zones, its systems shut down. Engines went cold. Weapons fell silent. and in the silence they heard it, the echo of human laughter, not mocking, not cruel, just familiar. As if humanity had planned all of this long ago. Months passed. The anomaly spread. Planets that had never known human presence began to show traces of human DNA in their soil. Statues appeared overnight, perfectly sculpted, depicting human figures no one recognized. It was as if the galaxy itself was remembering. The scientists could not explain it. The philosophers dared not try. Only one old alien, a historian named Zarek, whispered what everyone feared. Perhaps, he said, humanity did not vanish. Perhaps they merged with the universe itself. The room fell silent, because in their hearts they all knew the humans had always been obsessed with creation, destruction, and transcendence. If anyone could rewrite existence, it was them. 1 year later, the last human signal was heard. It came from the edge of a dying star, faint but unmistakable. It said, "We are not gone. We are becoming." Then silence once more, but this time it was not empty. The stars themselves seemed to hum faintly, like a heartbeat beneath the void. And across the galaxy, wherever someone whispered the word human, the stars pulsed a little brighter. Narrator final lines, slow and haunting. They say the universe remembers everything that ever was. Every thought, every sound, every heartbeat. If that is true, then perhaps humanity never left. Perhaps they simply became the memory itself, the fear that watches, the love that lingers, the legend that refuses to die.